Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. What's happening, y'all? Everybody good out there? If you are good, put good in the chat right now, y'all. I am so excited to start off 2023 back on the nitty grid, having conversations, y'all. It's going to be a great year this year because I got some great people. Actually, all of my guests have been great, to be honest, but I got some great people coming up this year. But tonight, you guys are in for a special treat because you just get me tonight. You get me tonight, and I get you. So what I'd like to do is just go ahead and introduce myself for some of you who do not know me that are on YouTube and Facebook for the first time. I am Chantel Denise, and I am the founder of the Nitty Grid. And what I do on this show is I bring everyday, ordinary people on this conversation platform, and we just get down to the grid and have great conversations. Many of my guests are very skilled in so many ways, and they come and share their expertise. And I'm about celebrating others. I believe we need it in this world. And every time one person can celebrate another person, it makes the world better. I truly believe that. So I want to say thank you all for joining me tonight. I appreciate y'all. And I will get to the comments because I know some people, you guys are already commenting. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being here tonight. It's been a great year for me already, just to jump out the blocks. I used to run track, and I would love when they pop that gun and we can run out those blocks and get that running in movement. And I was always excited and had a lot of adrenaline for that. And so I'm kicking off 2023 that same way, y'all. I am so excited because I started off my year competing in a beauty pageant. And many of you who are watching, you guys knew that I was competing. And that's what I want to talk about tonight, y'all. Competition versus community. So if you don't know, God blessed me with the crown. I am the new Mrs. Elite US, and I'm so excited about this role that I get to walk in. Oh my gosh, y'all, you don't even know. I'm still like just embracing and grasping like the moment. I'm reflecting and going back to like what happened that day, and it was a beautiful day. But y'all, there were so many amazing women. So I want to give a little highlight. I don't know if any of the women from the Woman of Achievement are on tonight, but y'all, look at this cover right here. Okay, so this is Andrea. I think you pronounce her middle name Benley, but Murray. She had the title before she crowned me, which I am so thankful for. But y'all, look at this woman. She's amazing. Look how gorgeous she is, okay? But I'm not going to stop there because I just want to show you guys a little highlight of some of the amazing, awesome women that were in this pageant, y'all. I mean, these women are just fantastic. They're gorgeous on the outside and they're gorgeous in the inside. I'm just hop through here real quick so you can kind of just see. I'm just glancing for y'all because if you want to see everybody, you got to get your own book, okay? But these are the kind of women that were competing. I mean, they're flawless. So many of them just amazing. Got great things they do. We actually talked about our platforms. And y'all, some of the platforms that they had, that's just a little bit of it, just so you can see it. But some of the platforms were just incredible. These women are fighting and lifting their voices up for all kind of causes. You got, from abuse to domestic violence to suicide prevention. I mean, just a lot. If you were in the room, you were blessed because there was so much to offer. And so my platform, as I talked about, really empowering teen girls and women with worth. And you guys know I talk about that a lot. But there was just so much. And I just wish you could have been there that day. I am at some point going to show some video clips, but I'm not going to do that tonight because I really want to talk about what I learned. Okay. Because it's important whenever you do something, you need to learn something from what you do. If you get involved in any type of group, competition, organization, and you don't learn anything, that's like, why do we do what we do, right? You have to think about that. And you have to ask yourself that. And I want to thank Marlena Martin of Woman of Achievement, because what she's put together is so beautiful. And it really, really highlights these women's abilities and what they actually do. It's not just about the beauty, the outward appearance. It's all the stuff that's inside that big old heart, where they are using what they have, that their heart is shining bright because of the causes and the things that they're doing out there in their communities. So one of the things that I wanted to just put out here as we're talking about these two topics, competition versus community. Now, you know, it's a competition because we're all winning for the crown, right? So what is competition? Okay. Competition is the act or process of competing. Okay. Now, here's the deal. Well, the Webster Dictionary has that attached to rival. So basically, you're going up against your rival. You're going up against someone. And so competition is associated with any type of sports. You can have a group, you can have different teams you're on, schools, companies, pageants, and even personal, y'all. Competition can be personal. So let me tell you about the word rival for a little bit. The word rival most commonly refers to a person or a group that tries to defeat or be more successful than another. Okay, y'all hear that? The word rival refers to a person or a group that tries to defeat or be more successful than the other. So that's competition right there. You're against your rival and you're trying to defeat them at all costs, right? So think about this pageant, that I'm in. Think about this pageant and all of these people, all these women coming together because we are competing and many of us want that crown. I don't think any woman came on there, I would say, to go, I don't really care. I'm just here. I don't really care. I'm just here. No one pays that kind of money and no one enters into a competition without really wanting to succeed in some way. And success is not just winning the crown, y'all. It's way more than that, and it's more deeper than that. And I want to talk a little bit about that. But competition can be very challenging for many of us if we don't know how to do it well. It could be so complicated because if you go in there and you're like, I got to win this, and if I don't win this, it ain't working for me. I'll never do one again. Let me just tell y'all. So I was having a little conversation with God, and I was like, God, okay, I'm in this pageant. I believe you've led me here. I hadn't competed in a pageant for about 30 years, I should say, because I did them when I was really young. And my last one wasn't a great experience. So some of you've heard me talk about this, but I didn't want to compete in a pageant. That was not something that I wanted to do. It was just not my jam. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I don't care about that. It's not something it's not something I'm interested in. But my good friend Charlotte Ray is always talking me into stuff, reminding me of where I'm headed. So she's like, this is a great opportunity for you. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me think about it. So I thought about it. Of course, I prayed about it. And then I joined, right? But here's the deal, y'all. I didn't know if I would win. Everybody goes, you don't know what will happen. I know what I asked for. I know I prayed to God to win. I said, God, I want to win physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of it. I want to come out as a winner, all of it. And if that meant physically having that crown, that's what I wanted. There's nothing wrong with putting out there what you want to God. And so I did, and he blessed me. I'm so very grateful. And I thank God for that blessing, because I believe that this particular role is going to serve me for a lifetime. It's going to really, really help me. And so let me get back to what I was sharing about with competition. So if you are trying to defeat someone, if you're trying to be more successful than they are, that could be very complicated. Okay. It could be very complicated because what are the lengths that you're willing to go to in order to make that happen? How much will you put end of yourself to defeat someone. See, there's an energy behind that word. There's nothing wrong with winning. Absolutely. I want to make that clear. There's nothing wrong with winning. But when your mindset is to go in and I'm going to defeat this person at all costs, and I'm going to be way more successful than they are, there's a spirit and an energy about that you might want to reevaluate, because is that what you want to be known for? Now, the defeat can happen because you can win, right? But it's the energy in which you go, the process of how you accomplish your win. It's very important, y'all. It's very key. And I tell you, I knew for me, I did not want to go into a competition like that. I wasn't going in there going, I'm going to defeat all these ladies in here. I'm going to be more successful than any of them. I didn't go in there with that type of mindset. Absolutely not. Because I didn't want that energy inside of me. I went in with community. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation tonight, because I think it's important for all of us to look at whatever group, whatever team, whatever organization, wherever we're competing. How can you accomplish a community mindset when you compete? It is very important. So how does one compete well? As I said, it's the mindset. I went in with a mindset of I'm going in with a community mindset. It's about having a healthy mindset in order for you to compete well. You have to have a healthy mindset, because if you don't, in the long run, in the end of it all, you're going to be the one with all the stress and all the challenges still there because of the way you went in. You have to really understand the desire that you have for yourself. So when you think about competing, it is really like, what do you desire for yourself, right? What do you want to happen for you? It is not about any other person. This is where I say, okay, this is a time where we can get super focused about ourselves. So I like to think of these things of the who, what, and how. Okay, so I'm gonna break that down a little bit when competing. Your who is you. You are the focus. You are the focus of the who. And here's how you're the focus of your who. It's taking care of yourself. Where's your energy? How is your attitude? Are you jealous? Are you looking at this person? Is your focus on this person? Oh, maybe her dress is a little bit better than mine, or the way her makeup is better than mine, or who is the focus, right? Is it on that other person? This is how you compete well. That focus can't be on the other people, because those other ladies coming in with their thing. They coming in to slay, boy. They coming in with all of themselves. But if you're coming in looking at them, the focus is not on you. So this is the one time I say, if you call it selfish, y'all can call it what you want to. I don't call it selfish, because I think we do need to focus on ourselves, how we're approaching situations. I think we do need to focus on ourselves with how we're taking care of ourselves. Are we taking care of ourselves when we're competing? Is our mindset right about how we're competing? Is our heart in the right place? If there's any yuckiness that's there, you got to go back and focus on yourself, because you got to take care of you in that competition. Because when that competition is over, y'all, all you have is you. All you have is you. So you got to take care of yourself. You got to do that maintenance work where you take care of yourself, where you acknowledge, like, how am I feeling right now? Do I need to step away and grab myself to get myself together? Focus. The who is you. You have got to focus on making sure that you're taking care of you. The what in competition, think about, what do I want to accomplish for myself? What do I want to achieve for me in this pageant? Let's remove everybody else out the room. What is it that I decided for myself? Do I want to accomplish, maybe you want to accomplish at least winning something. We had several awards in this pageant. We had talent, we had essay, we had fitness. I mean, you name it. We had so many different awards where people had the opportunity to win something for themselves. Some people maybe go, when you're going into a competition, it's just like, let me just get through this and finish it. Because the last time I got in the competition, I did not finish. And let me tell you, y'all, I almost quit twice in this pageant, because it was more than what I thought that I had signed up for. See, I thought I didn't really realize. I'm like, things have changed from 30 years ago. There's a lot of components to competing, right? So I was like, oh, like my eyes went like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? And so it became a little overwhelming for me. I felt like I couldn't get organized in the beginning stages. And even towards the end, I'm like, oh my gosh, like my pageant dress, I got it pretty late than normal. I should have gotten it sooner. So I had added a lot of stress on my plate, but that's because I didn't take the time to look through what needed to be done. Okay, that's another thing. Like, what do you want to accomplish for yourself? If I'd have focused on that, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have been as stressed, when it came so close to actually having everything in order, right? So you have to be thinking about, what do you want to accomplish for yourself in whatever you do. If it's a pageant you're competing in, figure out the steps, what you want to accomplish for yourself. Write it down for yourself, because that's going to be key. Because at the end of that pageant, when it's over, whatever competition you are in, when it's over, you can go back to that, and that's your reflecting point. So if you did well in what you said you wanted to accomplish for yourself, honey, you did a great job. You did a great job. And whether you won or not, or whether you got the medal or not, you did a great job because you accomplished what you set out to. Okay. So we always have to do that for ourselves. And then lastly on this is the how. How do you want to do it? So what do you want to accomplish for yourself? How do you want to go about doing it? Are you going to step on somebody else's toes to do it? Or are you going to, you know, not interact with everybody because you're so focused? You don't want anybody around you. Are you going to stay in your room the entire time and just, do your thing? How do you want to do it? Do you want to do it at, like I said, you're going to win at all costs, and it doesn't matter who gets in your way or how they get in your way, you're going to get the crown. Do you want to do it that way? I don't know. It's up to you. I chose positivity. I'm going to go in here with a positive mindset about my experience, no matter what goes down. Whether I win or not, I will have a positive attitude. Now, I will tell you this, in pageants or any type of competition, anything can go. Y'all know that. You can win or you cannot. It happens. But something that I knew about myself before entering the pageant, and it did get rocked a little bit. I knew who I belonged to and whose I am, right? I am a child of God. So I work from that place for me personally. And so when I'm approaching things that I do, I approach things from that particular place. When I'm not focused there, and there are times where I'm not, y'all, where I allow myself to get sidetracked a little bit. Yes, it could get a little challenge, and I can look at a situation and go, oh, that person might win. It's not going to be me. That person might win. So I was looking, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was looking around and I was seeing certain ladies, and I had my choice of picks of who could win. I did. I go, she could win. And I like this woman, right? She could win. I absolutely like it. And she did win in one category. And then there was another one that I was like, she could win. And she didn't win the crown, but she won some other stuff. But when you start looking around to see who can actually win, the focus is off you. So I will be honest, the focus got off from what I had set out for myself just a little bit, because I was looking around the room, and not in a way of like I was jealous of them, because remember, I came in with a positive approach, but I did look at that. It's a possibility. And I did want to root them on. I did not for one moment remove my spirit and energy of cheering others on. And I felt good about myself with that because of what I decided to accomplish for myself, y'all. So I felt very good. I'm like, I'm gonna root these girls on to the end of this thing. I'm just gonna be there for them. But that's a decision I made for myself, you know. But there were times, like where I said, where I was looking around going, okay, she could win. She could win. And if they did, that's a good thing. Because one of the things is, as women, and I'm going to say this, is that we have to realize how valuable and important we are, period. Whether we win a crown or not, the crown is the extra. The crown is the extra. You have to know who you are. You have to know what you bring to the table, period. And so that's one thing that I had to go back to for myself, even when I was scanning the room, is that no, 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 no. These women are awesome, but so are you. And I want to inspire y'all tonight, all you ladies who are watching. Find your awesomeness, girl. Find your worth. Find it. See yourself as you really, really are. Don't let other things and scanning the rooms shape who you are, because there's so much awesomeness in you. And it's our goal and our responsibility to live that awesomeness out. Okay. So back to the how do you want to do what you decide you want to accomplish for yourself? How do you want to do it? Y'all, this area, if when you can get your who, your what, and your how on straight, oh my gosh, I'm talking you build your character solid. You build your character so strong. And here's the other thing, it leaves room for growth. When you build that way, it leaves room for growth, because we all are learning, right? Whenever we stop learning, we put ourselves in a difficult situation, because learning is key to continue to keep living. Learning is living. Okay. So that's something that you want to think about. You want to keep learning. I learned so many things. I learned some great stories about some great people, and that's kind of like, I love that kind of stuff. I love looking at, here are these women, they may not, some of them don't have, like, this thing where they're known on social media, or they're known in the industry, or the media's been talking about their names. A lot of them are these unsung heroes that nobody knows about until that day when they told their story, right? A lot of them are there. But that's awesome. I love that kind of stuff, because I do believe that there is so much incredible wisdom and so many incredible things that people are doing out there. And y'all fellas who are watching, thank y'all for watching, but I'm just talking to the women right now, because I know you fellas, you're doing some great stuff too. But for women, there are so many remarkable things that you are doing. And I was so glad to be a part of this pageant and witness some of the awesome things that these ladies are doing. They are making great change in this world, that if you just could have been in the room and heard some of the stuff, it was just so amazing, and so uplifting. But what I learned that was different from my last pageant is that there is a sisterhood that could happen. I learned that there is a sisterhood that can take place. I also saw the diversity that was there. And I also learned that what the world teaches about race is not always correct. Okay. That's a whole nother conversation, y'all. But what the world teaches about race is not always correct. Because in that room, there were women of all different nationalities. And y'all, here's the deal. We were all getting along. We were all getting along, loving up on each other. People were giving each other high fives. People were complimenting each other. I mean, it was juicy good. It was so much love in the room. So much love in the room. Now, I don't know if that happened for every woman. I don't know if every woman could say, hey, this was my experience. I'm telling you, mine's. It was pretty amazing. And that 4-day weekend, because we were there Thursday through Sunday, um, there were things that God did that I wish the world could have seen, because it was fantastic. It was fantastic to see women coming together. It was fantastic to see all these races hanging out with one another and learning about each other's cultures. It was fantastic. So I want you guys to know I cannot wait to share some more clips with you guys, because you really, really, really want to capture the moment. And I have a good friend and brother Alan Shea. He actually caught a lot of the moments, and I'm going to actually be sharing some of the footage that he shared. So I can't wait to do that for y'all. But I want to go on to talking about community, because we talked about you know, competition a little bit, but I want to talk about community, because community is one of the most powerful areas of focus that anyone, if you decide to compete, needs to be kind of like a baby that you nurse. Community is so powerful. Now, Marlena Martin had been doing this pageant. I think it was her 10th anniversary, right? It was her 10th anniversary. And so she's been doing it for a while. So there's a sisterhood that's been built for a while. So I kind of like stepped into what was already there, right? I think all of us who are new stepped into what was there. But I will tell you that it's very key and very important in whatever organization, whatever team you decide to be a part of, or whatever group you join, that community has to be kind of like at the top of the whole thing. Because if you have it at the top, you will build well. You will build really well. Community is what unifies bodies and individuals, you know, who have a common interest. So we all kind of had a common interest in the sense that we all wanted to be a part of this pageant. So we had to come together and really, really figure out, how are we going to make this work together? And y'all, God just placed all the pieces together, made a beautiful puzzle picture. It was so great. But community is something that I am very encouraged by. You know, you have different organizations. You have church. You have you can go to the YMCA, and you know, even having a membership, you're a part of, you know, that group of people that actually work out daily. So that community can happen anywhere you go. It could happen in your home where you're building something together. It really is a unification of a body, a group of people. That really is what it is. So if you think about when you're going into a competition, like, how can I be unified? What does that look like? You know, what does that mean for me? How can I be unified? I don't know if every woman came in there with that mindset, but I would say this: it's a good thing to consider. It's a good thing to consider, like, how can I build community out of this? Now, I will tell you, I already got a couple of people that I've already talked to since the pageant, right? I've already got a few people that have DM'd me, which I'm so grateful for. I've got a few people that I DM'd. You know, it's because the community was built. The community was there. There was a unity, and there was a desire for the other person to see the other person do well, right? um when we're competing, y'all, you got to be thinking about that. You got to take care of yourself, your mindset, your heart, how you want to approach things. But you also got to come in there thinking about community and how you can be unified. Sometimes unity is just like following direction. Okay. If the pageant director says this when we were doing things, my job was to listen to her. There are a lot of people giving different direction, right? And it's easy to get lost in the sauce that way. But I knew who the people she had assigned to give direction. So my ear leaned to that because I wanted to be unified. I wanted to be a part of the team. I did not want to be so low. That's the worst thing y'all anybody can do, y'all. Is if you come in there that solo spirit, that's the worst thing, because you're with a group of people that have a common interest to compete in a pageant, or you working for a company and you guys got the same interest of the company's value and goals and your values and goals. So if you're there being solo, how is the company going to win? Right? How do you win together? And that's what community does. Community helps us win together. We all win. The crown is extra. Okay, I'm gonna come over here real quick, y'all, for some of these comments. Thank y'all so much for being over here. I appreciate y'all. Um, Someone said, let's see, hey, beauty, good to see you. Good to see you too. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Congrats. So very proud. Thank you so much. Woohoo, congratulations, woman of achievement. My husband's there reminding folks that I was crowned. Thank you, babe. He's always got my back and always putting and highlighting me. I love it. I knew you would win. Thank you. Beautiful inside and out, my friend. Someone put, I live by the Bantu word Ubuntu. It means I am because you are. Oh, I like that. Thank you for sharing that. That's cool. What do you want to accomplish? This is just a recap. Find your awesomeness. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you guys. I love that community idea. You all showed up beautifully in that effort. Yes, you could see it. You could see it. Thank you. Community helps us win together. Y'all, yes, thank you so much. I can't quite see you all who are on YouTube what you're saying, but I will reply to your comments if you put any. But you all, thank you so much just for supporting me tonight. I do want to take a moment and show my crown because here it is. You see that? Yes. Thank you, God. This is my crown. I didn't bring my sash, but hopefully I will make a lot of appearances, and you guys could actually get to see me wear this. Okay. I actually had an event this past weekend. I got to wear it, so I'll post that later, sometime later next week. But y'all, I just want to just remind you that I had a beauty pageant that I competed in. But what are you competing in right now? What are you doing in your life? And are you competing? And here's another tip for you. If you are competing on a personal level against someone with the spirit of, I got to beat this person out, I will tell you, don't spend your energy there. Spend your energy on your who, your what, and your how. Spend your energy there, because when you spend your energy there, you really don't have time and room to be trying to defeat someone and being better than they are. We don't have to be better than anybody. We only have to do our best. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. That's what you're doing. I know someone also said, I heard a quote too, and I'm going to give you a little paradigm shift on this, but they say the only person you're competing against is yourself. I think that's a powerful quote. But even competing against yourself, why are you competing against yourself when you know what the word means? It's rivalry, it's defeat. Okay, you have to. So when we're placing words and energy stuff out there, we got to remember these root words and what they actually mean, because you don't want to defeat yourself. So I'm giving you a little paradigm twist here. You don't compete against yourself. Focus on doing your good, better, best. That's what you're doing. It's not a competition against yourself. It's the focus to align your mind to, did I do good here? Did I do my best? What could I do better? Right? That's really it. It keeps life very simple for you. Otherwise, we get stressed, we get frustrated with ourselves, and if we don't accomplish what we think we were supposed to, then we're defeated and we're down and we're sad and we're depressed. And if a competition makes you depressed, then you got to go back and reevaluate how you competed. You got to do that work for yourself. And so I just want to encourage y'all to remember the focus on doing your good, your better, and your best. Don't compete with yourself, because you're not there to defeat yourself. Don't be going in with the mindset of, I got to take that girl down and that girl out. Don't spend your energy there. It's wasted time. It really, really is, because all that wasted energy could be with you taking care of you so that you shine like the light that you are. Because remember, it is about your worth. It's about who you are. It's about what you're doing, right? You're not comparing against anyone else. When we do that, we lose the way, we lose track. So focus on competing well, y'all, and looking at situations whenever you're part of a group, company, organization, pageantry, any area where there's competition. Remember to think about how you can create community in the competition. All righty. That's my time, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope that you guys have an amazing night tonight. And I wanted to let you know too that the new thing for me on the Nitty Grit on Facebook is they're now doing stars, y'all. So please support me. Y'all can give me stars. If you see the little slogan there, says you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money to make more content. So I want to do this thing bigger than what it is from doing it from my living room, my portable studio. So I do want to do it bigger and have more conversations, y'all. And I cannot wait to bring some people on here so that you can see the lives of others and the differences they're making in this world. Thank y'all. Make it a good day, a good night, because you can. Peace, y'all. Have a good one. Thank y'all.